Every morning started the same way. I opened my ranch gate before sunrise, expecting another peaceful day. But someone had begun treating my private entrance like their personal parking lot. That someone was Linda Brooks, the self-appointed queen of the HOA. She parked her Tesla across my gate like she owned the entire valley. I never argued. I simply documented everything. Every photo became another piece of evidence. It happened again and again. Soon, the count reached 20, then 30, then 49 separate incidents. Instead of losing my temper, I built a paper trail. Every report was neatly filed and dated. Logging trucks passed nearby every week. They followed strict schedules and couldn't afford unnecessary delays. The HOA treated the whole situation like entertainment. They assumed I'd eventually give up. I explained the recurring access problem to the logging manager. He simply nodded and said, "We'll follow the law." On the 50th morning, everything looked strangely quiet. I had a feeling something different was about to happen. Linda repeated the same stunt for the 50th time. Moments later, a fully loaded logging truck appeared around the corner. The logging truck came to a complete stop. The driver took one look at the Tesla blocking my gate and sighed. He had seen enough road problems to know this wouldn't end quickly. The driver politely asked Linda to move her Tesla. She crossed her arms and insisted she had every right to park there because the HOA controlled the area. Instead of moving, Linda became louder. I quietly recorded the entire conversation without saying a word. Following company policy, the driver contacted his dispatcher. He reported that a private vehicle was blocking legal access to the ranch. Within minutes, traffic began backing up. Every delayed truck meant lost time for multiple crews working deeper in the forest. I stayed completely relaxed. Everything happening now was a result of Linda's own decision. Someone reported the traffic blockage. A county sheriff arrived to assess the situation before it became an even bigger problem. The deputies carefully examined the property markers. The signs clearly showed the entrance belonged to my ranch. Linda's confidence quickly faded. She realized the road records didn't support her claims. For the first time in weeks, my gate was completely clear. The logging truck rolled through without a single problem, and a long line of waiting vehicles finally began moving again. The road was finally open again. The sheriff finished documenting the incident, while Linda sat quietly, realizing the situation hadn't gone the way she expected. The deputy explained that repeatedly blocking private access could create unnecessary safety and traffic issues. Linda accepted the paperwork without another argument. Back inside my office, I looked through every report I collected. 49 earlier incidents had finally given today's events the full story. That evening, the HOA board held an emergency meeting. Linda suddenly had to explain why another public confrontation had involved law enforcement. The photographs spoke louder than opinions. Every date, every image, and every report showed the same repeated pattern. While the HOA debated responsibility, I simply went back to work. Ranch life always had more important things to focus on. The next morning, Linda drove past my property. For the first time, she didn't stop or block the gate. The logging crews returned to their normal schedule. Traffic flowed smoothly, and everyone appreciated a road free of unnecessary drama. Looking across the ranch that evening, I realized something simple. Staying patient and documenting the facts had accomplished far more than arguing ever could. Sometimes the best solution isn't revenge. It's letting the truth speak for itself. And on the 50th time, the truth finally arrived right on schedule. If you enjoyed this HOA story, don't forget to smash the like button. Subscribe for more real-style HOA stories, and tell us in the comments, where are you watching from? We'd love to hear from you.